Hey everyone, so it's Sam Muzzard here at the Base Transformations Studio. My wife and I own this place. I'll show you around in a sec, but I had something that's been plaguing my thoughts for the last two, 3 weeks. Just gone has been the ICN Adelaide Classic, which is a bodybuilding competition here in Adelaide. And every time that there's a competition on, I don't know if you've ever competed before, you get this huge buzz of like, yeah, competitions are on. And it gets you a little bit more like fired up and like ready to want to do it. Well, yeah, it got me fired up and I'm ready to do it. So as of today, it's 23 weeks until the next lot of competitions, which is Season B here, the ICN state shows. So unfortunately for myself, I'm a professional natural bodybuilder, so I cannot compete in the state show, although I did think of a loophole into how I can compete on the same day as my competitors, but it wouldn't be a real competition. I'll explain that a bit later too. So anyway, I'll just explain it now. So like normally there's a division called like the Best Poser Award. So you're not actually judged on your physique as such, it's more about your posing routine. And I can just enter that division. I can just pose on stage with all the other dudes, well, by myself. But yeah, anyway, so that's the way that I can kind of prep with all my clients leading into the nationals, which I have no idea when that is. But I'm just gonna say that it's 23 weeks out as of today. So I've got the buzz, I'm thinking of doing it. I do wanna do it. I've got a fairly large team of clients that are planning on competing too. There's there's 18 competitors that I have ready for this competition so far. Some people fall off the wagon. I might get some more, but at the moment I've got 18 clients that are planning on competing, which is actually my biggest client pool that I think I've had for a bodybuilding competition, fitness, bikini, etc. So that's got me a bit fired up too. And there's a couple of returning people that haven't competed in a fair while, potentially, which will be pretty exciting. So stay tuned for that aspect of it. So anyway, 23 weeks. So I'm gonna do a week by week update of my whole process so that you can come along for the journey of what it's like to get ready for a bodybuilding competition as a natural vegan bodybuilder. So I'm gonna show you what I eat, how I do my process, how not very complicated it is, how I suffer throughout the process though. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it is still a bit tough. And yeah, so this is, I guess, week 1. So let's do it. So I'm gonna go through how I'm looking right now, let you guys see the real deal of how things change over the coming weeks. Keeps me honest, lets you guys see how the whole process gets taken place. I'll go through some of my training stuff too. It's not complicated. So I'll go through my training, my nutrition, my posing, and the whole process. So I'm about to get my skin folds done, so I'll be able to find out what body fat percentage I'm at. That'll then tell me how much I need to be losing each week to achieve the goal that I'm gonna set, which again, I'll share with you guys as we get all the stats. And let's do it. So, oh yeah, I'm excited. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go through and see how we're looking.
All right, so here we go. I'm obviously undressing, and I don't know about you guys, but I find it extremely hard sometimes to take off my t-shirt. Yep, here I go. We'll get there. Oh, so you can see the struggle on my face. Looking a little bit large, a bit larger than I would like, but hey, YOLO. Just been having way too much potato. In saying that, I'm actually not too disappointed with how I'm looking with my off season. I'm holding a fair bit of fat in my lower back, and on our skin fold system that's called the Australian site. It seems to be where a lot of people seem to hold majority of their weight around the midsection. So now I'm just going through some of the mandatory poses so that I can see how they progress over the coming weeks, and we'll be able to compare them. I'm not the most tech savvy, but I'll try and see if I can get like a side by side as we actually start to see some visual changes a little bit more predominantly. As you can see, those awesome Prime Fitness handles on the side, those things are amazing. Had to ship them from the USA though, so that wasn't great. So yeah, I think I'm looking pretty thick. I mean, yeah, look, I'm a little bit on the softer side, but looking back at how this is going, I'm not too disappointed. I mean, yeah, shit, we'd all like to stay a little bit more leaner, but that's not bad. A couple of most musculars, and then yeah, just a random bicep pose, a classic physique pose. Yeah, now let's find out how fat I am. Pinches coming up next.
All right, guys, so yeah, that's good. You just leave that bike over there, bud. Nice. All right, so we use this software called Strength Sensei, Strength and Metabolic. It's a 14-site skin fold caliper system. Michelle's gonna measure how fat I am so that I can calculate what I need to lose. Yay.
So here I am telling Michelle my weight. She's just entering into that software that we use. I currently, that morning I weighed 95 kilos dead on. As you can see, my two little boys running around. So this 14-site skin fold system that we use this method to help track all of our clients, not just our bodybuilding competition clients, but even just our normal everyday clients that want to, improve their body composition. It's a 14-site skin fold system, and it is a really, really handy tool in making sure that what we're doing is working and the implementations are making the progress that's necessary. So it's very in-depth being 14 sites. I don't think a lot of skin fold systems do 14, but it's just, obviously the more sites that you can measure, the more accurate we can measure progress. So I just put my hand behind my back for my scapula to retract. That way then it's easier for Michelle to always pinch the exact same point. So every time that we would do these skin folds, you always want to make sure you're getting the exact same part so that, obviously then it's more accurate and measurable. So yeah, there's areas of your body that you need to measure out to make sure that you're always hitting the same spot. So you can see her, she's like grabbing certain parts of my muscle that she can see visually, and she will always pinch those exact same spots. So yeah, me being at 95 kilos is a little bit more solid than I normally am. I've always found that after every competition, I always seem to maintain a slightly heavier weight afterwards. I do believe that you get a really good rebound in muscle growth after competitions, and I seem to have continually had that every time that I've competed. I reckon, I'm pretty sure the first time I ever competed back in 2010, I think I weighed 72 kilos on stage. And last year in December, I weighed in at, it was obviously 10 years later, I weighed in at, I can't remember. Was it? 83 for my first pro show. So there's a substantial change. And I think I was just as lean. I mean, back then we didn't have this measuring system. So, the industry's come a long way since then. And then, yeah, she's getting my quad, measure the same spot. As you can see, my little boy, how cute is he? Just kicking his little legs down there. He's adorable. I'm gonna lay next to him in a minute. And the last skin fold is my hamstring. And then we finally get the results of where we are at. Geez, I move so slow getting down on the ground. I really need to work on my mobility. Last spot. All right. And done. There we go. Up go. And then you can see the look of dread on my face as the results are in. Not too bad.
So the results are in. I'm at 19.8. Is that right? 19.8% body fat. So that would mean that if I want to get to 5%, I'm really sucky at math. What's that? What's 19 point, I want to get to 5 would be an ideal body fat to try to get to. So that would mean I need to lose 14.8. So 14.8 divided by 23 is?
0.6.
I need to lose 0.6% a week. Well, that's not that bad, right? Nah, yeah, I can do it. I can do this. Maybe I'll start doing cardio this time. All right, so I need to lose 0.6 a week in order to achieve the goal of getting to 5% by the time the competitions come around. Let's go!